The forwards, the officials are Paul Mahalik, Terry Durham, and Blaine Reichelt. And right in goes Kendall Gill, and it's 2-0.
Well, that's a big thing they really have.
Seattle, a hot team after a very slow start. On the back door, Shrimp finds Irvin Johnson. Two-man advantage in the break. Del Negro from the corner. Robinson clears the decks. The trailer up, doing what trailers are supposed to do in the running.
Does a nice job of following up here. This is Vinny's second miss in a row, but David is right there. Goes back up, no fake, straight in with
Medicine with the half-court trap. Sonics have no problem getting it down low to Sean Kemp.
Here, and maybe his stats might be down a little bit, but not that much.
David Robinson. Johnson. Person for the three in the corner. They call on Elliott. He's in one of the worst shooting slumps of his career. Gary Payton as the Sonics again cut it to one. That's a nice spin move, and then the right-hand runner comes down to Payton. That triggers their running game again, and it's Gary Payton all the way. Who figures to see maybe the most action he's ever had as a Spur. Gary Payton heating up now, 6 straight points, including that one from almost three-point distance. Making the Spurs execute in the half court. They've had their troubles over the last few minutes, but a big period for Robinson, double figures already. Still the Sonics by 2, 50 seconds. Perkins, three-pointer, number 21 of the year. And makes the rarest of NBA animals. On the break, Payton from Askew, spinning away from Whitney and count the basket. Greg, apparently the technical was not the way to deal with him, because he has really lifted it up a couple of notches since then.
What a quarter and what a basket by Gary Payton. He has killed the Spurs before down the wire. Look at this move. The shovel shot in off the foul from Whitney.
This road trip will conclude Friday in Portland. Second three-pointer by Perkins. Everybody in this organization this year. Most of the players, of course, live around Seattle. That's about a 45-minute drive at best. Nate McMillan has 4. The lead grows to 13. This is now about... And the rebound to Avery Johnson. Trying to score in transition may be the key to getting back, and there's 2 more for Sean.
That's 1.
Let's try a little trap at half court again. Over for the long 2-pointer by Nate McMillan. 4.5 per game. Robinson driving easily past Kemp. No hesitation that time.
Off of the baseline. That time they didn't.
Hill for the three-pointer. His 17th three of the year.
David did it in 300 and some odd. So almost a 2-to-1 edge there.
Avery Johnson all the way through traffic and a nifty left-hand reverse. AJ. He's trying to make some things happen defensively. Underneath Kemp, Robinson was a half step late, almost had the steal. Kemp instead gets the bucket. 20-point win already in the bag for the Sonics. Robinson for the three-point play. And they have a 13-point lead here with a long time to go in the first half. Second
is he just makes up his mind here to go. Look, he is already taking off. The foul has already been committed, and he's got the basket.
Most of the time he's had double team attention. Off balance, it still goes. That's 21 points for David. That's at the outset. We've seen it for so long now. Sometimes he ceases to surprise us until you really think about what's happening out there. Reversed by Gill, 55-42. What you get from Robinson. Almost comes up with the steal. To the deck goes Reed. And he comes away with it. They'll run it 3-on-1. Alley-oop from Johnson to Robinson and a foul. And if the Spurs were looking for a spark, that might be it.
And it's sparked by the defense of Robinson, the hustle by JR, the foresight by, look at this, Sean Elliott, and then the alley-oop from Avery with Robinson calling it all the way in, Dave.
A minute 58. And the Spurs within 9. Lead back to double figures under a minute. Off Reed. Loose ball picked up by Gill in a foot race with Del Negro. He wins it. Spurs work hard. Get the grow. 5 on the shot clock. No good shot in sight. Avery finally just in time to beat the buzzer. John Johnson, 6 seconds. That left Shrimp with 3. Perkins, 4-3. At the buzzer. And that's about as happy as you ever see Sam Perkins. Outwardly, at least.
You have to give him credit. He's fought through a lot of family problems. The death of his sister, the grandmother helped raise him, and he's come to focus here, and especially the last 5 games. And that three-pointer at the buzzer shows you the concentration level he is at and the level of the game he is performing tonight.
For their 4th consecutive win, 7th in a row over the Spurs. 7th rebound by J.R. Reed. He's fouled as he hits the follow, and there's the good start they were looking for. 9 out of 11 from the field for the Admiral. Steps in, gets a hand up in Payton's face. He's still got it down. And tonight there has been no... Replaces Tim Gerdovich, who took over UNLV. Vinny Del Negro now has 8, 68-57. Inside, Kemp still playing with 4 fouls. Not bothered all that much. Bailed out. Elliott with a side clear, drives on Shrimp. And 8 points for Sean.
And I'll tell you, we'll look at it again, but I just don't see the foul by Sean.
And Gary Payton gets the 2 that Sean thought he had. 15 for Payton, 15-point lead.
All right.
Robinson driving on Sam Perkins. 27 for David. He's going to have maybe 40 or more in this game. Painted well by Perkins. Very smart defensive play. Sets up the crowd-pleasing offensive play by Sean Kemp.
The opportunity to come in and break it up by Perkins. Here it is again. Watch the finish off on the other end, and that's Kemp with the slam.
Traveled all around the league since then. 3rd tour of duty with the Spurs. 4th three-pointer for Sam Perkins, who is on. Around the horn, Johnson in traffic, gets the roll, and Avery cuts the margin down to 8. Live, 37 seconds. Marshallonis finishes with the left hand and the foul. Leads all scores by a wide margin. 17 for Payton. Top total for the Sonics. Out the basket for Shrimp. Again, the Sonics able to make the individual play to keep the Spurs at arm's length. The foul is Robinson's 4th.
Excellent job on defense. Here he gets David up off of his feet after he faked 3 or 4 times and then uses his body as the shield. David claiming his arm was out, but that time it was not.
Askew misses the tip. Finally knocked out and saved by Vinny Del Negro. Here we go. Robinson inside against Shrimp. I thought they're a quick, athletic team in the Sonics. Robinson follows up his own miss.
Hey, when you can't get somebody to pass it to you, pass it to yourself.
In Seattle last year. Robinson rolling up the numbers. That is 36 tonight. May not be on the trip in Portland. What a stuff by Elliott. Comes down for the jumper by Gary Payton. One of the more creative shot makers in the league, and he's proven it again tonight. And not readjust to overnight in the half-court offense. New season high. There's 38 for David.
Remember what 60-plus wins did for them in the playoffs.
Funny you should mention that. The Shrimp again. That's exactly what they were saying. When still following their defensive rules, and they still come up with the spoils of that defensive pressure. 2 more for Gill. One, but they let it go. Alley-oop thrown a little bit too far for David, so he'll get the assist to Del Negro instead. This will make it 7 straight for the Supersonics over the Spurs. Robinson continues to roll them up, though. That's 42 for the Admiral. 15 of 20 from the field, 12 of 14 from the line. 9 rebounds and 2 block shots.
Including 3 3-pointers in the first half, and he adds another in the 3rd quarter.
Tough to pick a favorite in this Pacific Division race. Seattle at this point looks as good as ever. Golden State better than last year. Phoenix on paper, when they get Barkley healthy, certainly should be better. This one goes to the Supersonics by 9. Our final score tonight at the Tacoma Dome in front of 14,793. Another frustrating defeat for Bob Hill and the Spurs, who fall to 6-7 by a count of 109 to 100.